Hey guys, so why do you need a tax strategist? Is that different from an accountant? And can I really save people that much money? That's what this episode is about. And we're just going over what I actually do and why I and tax strategists are so different from everyone else. And then also what sets me apart and our firm apart from everyone in the country. So, first of all, how is a tax strategist different than an accountant? So our focus as a tax strategist is to help you pay the least tax legally possible. An accountant's focus is just to do the bare minimum to get you compliant. So they'll do bookkeeping and taxes, just focused on compliance. So when I was at the IRS, one of the biggest things that I saw when I was going through people's books is the fact that accountants just assumed. And so I would see like income in, or I would see people's personal deposits, like you transfer money to your business account and the accountant actually put it in income. Like I actually had a client one time, or a taxpayer one time, have like $25,000 in deposits that the accountant marked as sales, and it was actually a owner contribution, which is non-taxable, right? So just knowing, just having more review of more eyes on your stuff, and then also focusing on helping you pay the least tax legally possible. That is what we do, and that's what sets us apart, okay? But not only that, we're talking to you so much that we know all the things going on in your business, and then we also are looking at tax strategies. So like, can you hire your kids? Can you do an Augusta plan? Should you be doing your business where you actually have a C corporation in with your S corporation and splitting out source streams of income, the employment credits for hiring employees. Like we're looking at higher level strategies, but also since we're always in your books and always talking to you, we know so much more about your business. So we're catching the things that normal accountants don't catch as well. And so you're not only saving on like, hey, you forgot to take this deduction. Hey, is this really a income or is it a transfer? And then, oh, by the way, here's all these strategies. And then on top of that, most people know about all these strategies, right? But how many of you are actually doing the strategy? If you don't have us doing your books, I doubt you're doing the strategies. And the reason why is because you as an entrepreneur feel like you're always going to do it, and you're like, oh, well, I can do that later. I can do that later. Every day that you don't do the strategies, it's costing you money. And we save people obviously we have some clients we only save $10,000, $15,000 for, but we have some clients we save $150,000, $200,000 for a year. So whether it's $10,000 to $15,000 a year or $175,000, $200,000 a year, either way, don't you want to save that money? I mean, obviously the smaller taxpayers save less because they don't owe as much, right? But that's no pocket change, okay? So first of all, that's what you need to be focused on when you're looking for accounting services. You need to have someone that's focused on helping you pay the least tax legally possible. They're not focused on just compliance. And we're compliant. We want to be compliant. We want to walk the line. We don't want to cross the line, right? We don't want to. I know some accountants, they're like the freaking auditors themselves. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like the IRS isn't near as strict as they are. I don't know how many times I've heard, oh, Carlotta, office in the home sends up a red flag. Saying that from someone who actually was in the IRS, and I know the red flags as I reviewed tax returns in the classification section several different times. We would go on assignments and do that. So I know what the red flags are, and that's not one. But the outsiders or the accountants that have never been on the inside, they don't know what's red flags. So they're terrified of the IRS, more terrified than you are, because that's their job. And so they don't know. And so they are just continuously hurting you because they don't know what they can do, and they're terrified of the IRS coming after them.